Hi everyone, my name is Sindhuja. I'm from branch ECE and my roll number is 23401A04A7. Today I'm presenting my continuous alternative assessment on topic objectives and limitations in a research paper under the subject technical paper writing and intellectual property rights. And these are the contents of my topic. Uh, Introduction to research objectives and the limitations. The visual idea of research objective and limitations are a target or compass icon representing clear research objectives, a boundary line or a shield symbolizing research limitations, a roadmap showing direction with defined limits. The main definition of this is research objectives describes the specific aims and goals of a study, while research limitations define the boundaries and constraints within which the study is conducted. The purpose of this are provides the clarity and direction to the research, and they helps to maintain the focus and the structure. And the research objectives are have a driving force of a study. They convert a research problem into clear goals and aims, and they help maintain consistency and relevance, acts as guiding framework for the researchers, ensure the research moves in the right direction. And the main importance of the research objectives is they provide clear direction and focus. They plays a crucial role in shaping a research study. By clearly defining objectives, the researcher can choose suitable methods, collect only relevant data, and conduct the study in a systematic manner. Well defined objectives also make it easier to evaluate whether the research has successfully achieved intended outcomes. They improve clarity and organization of the study, prevent unnecessary or irrelevant data collection, enable evaluation of the research success. They ensure efficient use of time and resources, helps in selecting appropriate research methods, make the studies systematic and purposeful. Next, the types of research objectives are research objectives can be classified into different types based on the purpose and the depth of the study. The type of objective helps researcher understand the level of the information is required and how the study should be carried out. The types are like general objectives, specific, exploratory, analytical. When it comes to the general objectives, they provide a clear data of what study seeks to achieve and state overall and broad aim of the research. When it comes to specific objectives, they break the general objective into detailed achievable steps, but helps in systematic execution of the research. The exploratory objectives are nothing but to aim explore new things like or less study areas useful when limited prior information is available. Analytical objectives are focus on examining relationship, patterns or causes, helps in depth analysis and interpretation of the data. When it comes to writing effective research objectives, well written research objectives helps in clear defining what this study intends to achieve is that they make the research focused, achievable, easy to understand. Effective objectives guide the researcher reach out throughout the study, and they ensure the research remains aligned with the problem being addressed. Key guidelines use clear, simple, precise language, align objectives closely with the research problem, begins with the action verbs. They such as like analyze, to examine, to evaluate, and to identify. These are the action verbs. They begin with that, but they avoid vague or generalized statement, keep objectives specific and achievable. They align objectives closely with research problems. Research limitations. When it comes to the research limitations, there are practical constraints that may affect the scope and execution of a study. It helps in understanding the contents and boundaries within which the findings are valid. They arise due to the factors such as time, resources, or access to the data limitations does not reduce the research. When it comes to the key points of the main research limitations, or clarify to content of the findings, do not weaken search and quality, define the scope and research of the reach of the research, limitations or practically constraint of the study. They define the scope. The importance of the research limitations is nothing but it is an acknowledgement. Research limitation is an essential part of academic writing. uh, it helps the readers interpret the result correctly. Clearly stated limitations prevent overgeneralization and enhance the credibility and ethic value of the research. When it comes to key points of the research limitations, they strengthen the research credibility, help readers interpret their results accurately, promote transparency and honesty, strengthen research credibility. They prevent the overgeneralizations of the findings. When it comes to types, there are six types of research limitations. They can take different forms depending on the nature of the study. They understand the limitations, helps that evaluate reliability and applicability of the research findings. There are six limitations of types. The research limitation starts with the time constraints, that is limited duration of the study. When it comes to sample limitations, they are small and specific, small in size. Totally, they say they are about the size. Research constraints, they are lack of tools, funds, or some facilities. Geographical limitations is nothing but a study area restricted one, and data availability issues are the limited or unreliable data. Methodological constraints are the restrictions due to chosen methods. And when it comes to objectives, for the limitations, when we compare and difference between them, when we compare that, research objectives and limitations together provide a complete picture of the study. While limitations describe the constraints that restrict the study, understanding both helps readers to evaluate the scope, strengthen and applicability of the research. Limitations define what study cannot fully address. Objectives define what the study aims to achieve, and limitations represent the practical reality. Together, they provide the research balance. Role of the objectives and limitations in a research. Objective guides the research design, data collection, analysis. Limitations guide interpretations of the results, discussions, and conclusions are happened. Together, they ensure the logical and meaningful outcome. The final conclusion, research becomes meaningful when ambition is balanced with honesty. Clear objectives gives the study direction and purpose, guiding every stage of the research process, while well-defined limitations set realistic boundaries. Together, they create a transparent, focused, and credible research work, allowing readers to clearly understand that and what study aims to achieve and where it finds truly apply. Thank you.